It's kind of like any culture. So if you were brought up in a particular country or in a particular religion or whatever else it is, from the time you were 0 to the time you were 6 or 8 or 10, you would know things instinctively about that, that somebody who came to that country or came to that religion or whatever it is, that culture, and learned everything they could about it, would still never know. And that's really what this is. There are instincts there are feelings, there's comfort. Technology is your friend. This stuff is not something you have to struggle to learn. It's not something you have to read books about. It's none of that stuff. It's our stuff. Their attitude towards learning it is that they can, that it's going to be a friend, that it's going to help them, that when it's no good, they'll toss it out and get a better one, that they can make it work for them, that they know how to do these things and that these things are theirs, so that they're proud of the fact that they can text really fast and text. And I asked this group yesterday, how many of you can text in your pockets? And they all raised their hands. They multitask, of course they do. But we've all multitasked. We've always multitasked. But they do it with the technology, and that's what frightens the adults so much. They are able to deal with this huge amount of information coming at them. And we may not appreciate all the ways they deal with it, and they may not be the best ways, and we still have to work together.
Do you have any concerns about shifting so much of our interaction, our learning, our functioning onto the virtual realm?
Well, I'm certainly a big balance guy. I do believe in balance, and I think that there will always be the personal and there will be the virtual. But I don't buy that one is better than the other. I certainly don't want to go in every direction, but every time somebody talks to me about body language, I talk to them about body odor. And what I mean by body odor is not so much the smelling, but the judgment. The idea that we have lookism, that so many kids judge people on how they look and they make these assumptions, whereas online, all you see is a work product. So you can get to a person's mind often better online, and the kids are saying that. That's why they break up and they have story, and they can deal with certain things better when they're not looking at each other. Now, if the balance goes too far in either direction, like it has perhaps in Korea with the addicts or wherever it is, then you're no good, because you have to have both. And you treat those people, and you treat them very well and kindly. But for the mass of kids, the mass of people, I think they'll adapt, just like we've always adapted to change. And there were people who complained when we moved from horses to cars. There were people who complained when we moved from letters to the telephone. There were people who complained about everything. And it's not that they're wrong totally, because things get lost. You might have less memory. We don't have as flowery writing. We may not think about the details of each personal letter as carefully as we ever did at one time. But we gain other things. And life moves on. Another great example is Google search, right? When Google came along and replaced Yahoo, everybody switched. 1 billion people switched overnight. It was better. And the next thing's going to come along is going to be better. And the combination of all these better things, throwing out all the junk, will make life better and different. Different, though. And if we can do that and maintain a balance and some thoughts of what's ethical and what's good and what's human and all those kind of things, and I'm certainly for that, then we will have a nice life. And it might have less privacy in it. I think it certainly will, and we'll have to get used to that. But it doesn't mean that it will be a worse life and that our kids will be somehow deprived compared to what we were. I think we're no more deprived compared to our parents, right? But now we do have rock and roll. So.